Go.
Novelty Soundbytes. Oh shit.
Anonymous Podcast.
Yeah, I smoked a lot.
We'll let Tori say. Let me know when you're ready over there. You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we was kind of talking about the typical star of the show kind of mentality. Doesn't really need to, be the driving force of, like the world is kind of like you can do other roles. That's what we were kind of talking about just now. And have success in your career, but also kind of curate the culture by just acknowledging yourself and saying, this is like what I do and I'm happy with my job. I don't have to be the star of the show. I can cater to the star of the show or what have you.
Well, that's the problem out here is people don't understand it's team. When I roll into most environments and talk to folks, I'm like, can we be Jordan and the Bulls? Can we be Derek Jeter and the Yankees? Can we be Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, and the San Antonio Spurs? It's about team. And I tell them if you want to be an individual, you can play golf or ping pong or pool. Those are individual sports where you don't need anybody. You can be the star all day, or you can watch yourself lose most of the time anyway. So they don't understand there's a role for everybody to play, and forming your team is the key. They need to look at most of these major corporations. They have a team around them. They look for the best talent so they can bring their product out, or put their product out there and bring it even to a higher level than where it started. So it's a win-win. You look at some folks where they start out with a person who gets them there, then they just totally diss them. They diss the person that got them there. And it's like the person that got you there, the more they could actually learn more if you keep them on. They'll learn the game even better, and they're loyal to you already.
Yeah.
So you're putting someone on now that doesn't necessarily care about you except the monetary side, where it's personal and family in the beginning.
Yeah.
You lose that where it's just now greed is taking over. Okay, let me.
I think that plays into like the character of the people though. It's kind of like when you're making your team, you may not end up with the same team in the championship as you did in the beginning of the season because of that. Sometimes you get midway through the course of the thing, you start looking at the character of the people, and you just kind of like.
Well, but you have to have a base. So they do have a base, but if you look at most of the people that diss the person that got them there, they usually fail at a certain point. Everything goes away. They're not as hot as they were with that person that had the love and care that's behind you 200%.
Yeah.
Can you continue to, if you're going to change the pieces, can you get that group in there that feels the same way as that person that got you to the level?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you want the same feeling. You just don't want the bullshit now that you get to a space where there's like, because greed is a killer.
Hey, listen,
greed is a killer.
Greed is the devil's work.
Yeah.
That'll just, you may think you're in a great position, but that's sinking you every day. That's taking away everything that your existence, who you are, why the Lord put you here to begin with. What gifts he gave you to flourish to begin with.
Yeah. So let's get to this now that it's on top of my mind right now. So what is it all about? What's it all about?
Well, honestly, it's all about the smiles at the end of the day. Are you happy with what you're doing? Can you wake up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I'm ecstatic too. I'm happy. I'm alive. I'm doing what I'm blessed to do.
Right.
Can I do this until the Lord says I'm taking you home, brother? Can you say that you achieved everything truly?
Right.
Did you achieve your gifts? Did your gifts flourish to 200 percentile?
Right.
Can you do what a Jordan or Jeter did?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Tony
Right.
Parker and Tim Duncan did?
Right.
They love what they're doing. They're ecstatic.
Yes.
They've achieved the mountaintop. They've been to the mountaintop at what they love doing, and for years.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I bought my JID Derek Jeter had right now. Derek Jeter edition. Hell yeah. But circling back, we were talking about something. I forgot.
Oh, we're talking about the DJ,
Yeah.
the DJ promoter
Yeah.
connect. Well, I've done every aspect. I've been the DJ. I've been the promoter. Most DJs, they want the glory without the work. See, as a DJ, I always had 25 to 75 people coming down for me. Haters was like, nah, get him out of here. He's not putting me down on this. Hey, Josh. That's the Josh session. And I got the lineup for you. No, it's okay. But basically, folks were mad at me because I wouldn't put them down on other things. But I'm not. This is not charity. This is not a handout.
Right.
I'm not putting you down because I know your work ethic.
Right.
So most owners would be like, hey, whatever issues you got with Derek, that's something you got to work out. But I'm not getting rid of my ace who is actually bringing down 25 to 75 people every night as a DJ, and he's paying for himself. If you can't pay for your position, then why do I need you here?
Gotcha.
And most of these folks, because I started the tally system in this game where you do research on who's coming down for who, no matter what, even when it was non-existent, that's how you know the value. All corporations have a research department. They do research and development all day. So,
Gotcha.
so I was playing that role without the millions and billions back then. So that's how you knew who to play with and who not to. So when I'm interacting with other promoters and telling them, hey man, I'm your teammate here, this is a waste of money. If you want to just give away money, here, just put it in my hands. I'm sitting here working 2 jobs, 3 jobs on the night. So that's the problem. You got every DJ here just wanting to get paid. I'm like, you need to contribute to the night just like the rest of us.
So are you saying that the DJ becomes the promoter at that point, or when did you break away from the DJ and focus on the promoter
No,
side?
the only reason I focused on the promoter side, because next phase is either getting your own club or lounge or restaurant, and that's in that aspect. And I knew enough DJs that could actually get what I wanted across to my audience to fill in my blanks. I needed to be at the front because I knew who to let in, who to take care of. So I was building upon that network, which I could have built upon a lot better myself. But then everybody was just concentrating on me, like, oh, you can't achieve this. You're gonna have the wrong people coming down. So when I should have been even building my network even more so with the key players, like, here, come speak to me, come do that. So that was the shift at that point. But my DJs, I wasn't looking for, I didn't need them to actually be promoters then, the ones I was hiring, because I already had the audience.
Gotcha.
When I was the promoter, I was bringing, a bad night was 300 people for me.
Right.
So I just needed them to execute the music accordingly for the mindset of the people I was bringing into the room and not be like everybody else. I was telling most people if they wanted to hear something or shout out or anything, that was a shout. You can go stay right in your same old watering hole that you're going to already before you came here. We're not doing that here. We're different. And my tagline is, we dare to be different. We're bringing a new flavor. So that's what I care about. That's why we're blessed to be here in this city. That's why most people come to New York. Because if they're in their same town, all across this country, they're chasing their tail. They're doing the same thing daily, every day. You live on the island, you're doing the same thing daily, every day.
Yeah.
Here, people come because they want to be challenged.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. But let me ask you this though: how do you, like sometimes you always hear of this like a circuit. So you have someone from the Midwest or whatever, or a different area that may have a fan base, but they don't know it. And someone from New York that may want to go to the Midwest, whether it be a DJ or artist that may have a fan base out there and they don't know it. So they need to plug in with somebody like you to say, look, come down here. Like, how does that work? To where as you go, back and forth.
Yeah, well, the basis there is the promoter or person that's managing them puts out their product. Most people want New York in their town. They want you there so they can see, oh, wow, this is different. They want to change up their environment out there in the Midwest or in the South. So they bring that DJ in.
And vice versa. How does that work?
Well, vice versa, he's not going to really come up here. I mean, it's also doing homework. Like when I DJ, I asked, what's the age demographic? What is your current playlist? What are you playing? Then I could get my, swagger of music into that mode in there. I had an idea of what I could play with what was popular for them. And I learned that at West Virginia playing at the radio station or the clubs down there. It's a little bit differently. I was introducing some things, but overall, you couldn't get certain things that you would get in here down there because they weren't accustomed to it then. Like I'm in prep school and I brought Sugar Hill Gang down south. They taught me rock and roll with MTV. So it was a give and take on both our ends.
Right.
But you don't have that everywhere. Everybody's just so accustomed, this person's dictating this and this is what they're getting.
Right.
But so you have to find those who are like, yeah, I'm going to make this New York person the show. I'm going to bring this new person in to give you a new show.
Right.
And you have that. Now you have that more than ever due to the technology that's out here.
Yeah. So how are we on time? How far did we get? Is that half an hour, 20 minutes, 15?
It splits them up into clips.
Right. Maybe we go into the last segment. It seems like stuff is going on.
Yeah, we just gotta get it.
You got like 18 minutes, maybe?
All right. So if there was some sort of like universal message that you wanted to like share with both artist, DJ, promoter, impressionable young adult looking to be a part of the life of entertainment, is there something that you would like to share or just get off your chest a little bit?
I mean, really, it's just about having fun with what you're doing and understand by the feedback, the energy you're giving off, are people buying into that? Are people supporting it? And you have to be open to doing research about yourself. You can't sit here and allow your ego and arrogance to take over, because it's not. Your ego and arrogance is not going to pay for you to do what you love. So that's really what it comes down to. Doing what you love, and are people reacting? Are people buying into that?
All right. Can we get that one more time, just a little bit louder?
Okay. It's about doing what you love, and are people buying into that? Are they getting your energy and saying, hey, I want that, I want to be a part of that? If they're not, you understand that you have to change up what you're doing. It's not about the arrogance or ego, because that's going to shut you down. No one's going to buy into that. People feed off that every day, and that's a negative. So people want to be around positivity, and that's what they're going to spend their money on to buy into. And that's who you're going to need to sustain what you love doing on a daily basis for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I don't know. I think.
Shoes?
Huh?
What kind of shoe would it be?
If you were a shoe, what kind of shoe would you be, and why?
What kind of show would I be? I don't know. Okay. Can I come back to that? I can't think of that right now.
I was gonna skip that one. No, I think that we got it. Go.
Novelty Soundbytes. Oh shit.
Anonymous Podcast.
Yeah, I smoked a lot.